We have some major updates of mixed martial arts, starting with the news. Dustin Poirier named Ilia Topuria's knockdown of Max Holloway one of the best he's ever seen, and believes it's also best knockdown of the year.
What's the knockout of the year for you, Dustin Poirier?
For me personally, I think it's got to be Topuria knocking out Max. Max is a legend, multiple-time world champion, one of the best guys to ever do it, and Topuria was the first man to put him on his ass and knock him out. You know, that was super impressive for me.
Grant Dawson named 2 fighters from the lightweight division who can beat Islam. Recently, Dawson gives interview with Home to Fight where he said that Islam is no longer performing at the high level he once was. He's had some close fights lately. Dawson then mentioned 2 fighters who can defeat Islam. First, he named himself, and second name he revealed is Arman Tsarukyan.
I really think that Arman has what it takes to get it done. I don't think that Islam has looked great in his last couple of fights. You know, a lot of people thought Alexander Volkanovski beat him. The first one, obviously, he dominated the second one, but in the first fight, and then in the Dustin Poirier fight, I had it 2-2 going into the fifth. And you know, Dustin's not the kind of guy to ever make excuses, but I was there with him. I went through camp with him. He didn't really have a full camp. He didn't really, you know, he took that fight somewhat on short notice for somebody that was taking a title fight. So I think that the weight cut is too much for Islam Makhachev. I really do. And he's in a tough spot because the champion at the weight class above him is his friend and teammate. So I totally get what he's doing. But I think Arman is going to have a really good weight cut, and he's got a very, very, very good chance of beating him right now. And to be honest with you, other than myself, I think Arman is the only guy that can really, really get it done in our weight class right now. Now, that doesn't mean that in a few years somebody else is going to break through or somebody's going to have a big performance or it's going to click. But as of right now, I think the 2 guys that pose the biggest threat to Islam Makhachev are Arman Tsarukyan and myself. And the only reason I say myself is because I've got such good top pressure. If I do get a takedown like Islam's been taken down in the past, I think I'm going to win a round.
Movsar Evloev challenged Ilia Topuria to knock him out. Recently, during an interview with TMZ Sports, Evloev shares that Topuria is tough, but he's not tougher than him. In his own words, Evloev said, "Ilia is good when he's going forward, but I'm not going to let him move forward against me. I'll push him, put big pressure on him, and my head is strong. Even if he catches me, he's not going to knock me down." His coach, or he said he's moving up, I don't know, and I don't care, to be honest. Just give me my title. A video recently popped up showing an MMA fighter getting into a physical heated argument with 2 people. They have no idea that the person they are arguing with is an MMA fighter. As things escalate, the 2 move toward the fighter with the intention to attack him. However, the exact identity of the fighter in the video has not been confirmed.
Va armado.
Cory Sandhagen switched his support to Umar against Merab. This comes after Merab referred to Cory Sandhagen fight as a gift for Umar, which Cory didn't like, and in a recent interview, Cory shared that while he used to be on nice with Merab, he's now supporting Team Umar.
Merab's been talking a little bit. I kind of want to watch Merab get served up a little bit by a guy who, you know, is supposed to be a wrestler, but wasn't able to wrestle me. But Merab's like still saying that I was a gift and stuff. So I'm on Team Umar now.
Okay. Fair enough.
Used to be nice to Merab. That's why I hurt so bad when he started talking so much shit. But like I said, in the sport, you push people down, you don't lift people up. And that's the way that the sport kind of operates. So I don't take it personally, but I do, Merab, but I do.
Okay, fair enough.
Chael Sonnen believes no welterweight can defeat Joaquin Buckley at this time.
The Rakhmonov that fought 2 weeks ago, Buckley would have beat him. Buckley would be a problem for Ian Gary. Buckley would be a match for Belal Muhammad. We knew going into the fight we're dealing with a very good guy. He turned out to be better. Colby coming in for takedowns, but Buckley knew. Every time Colby was thinking takedowns, somehow Buckley knew. Where does Colby go from here? I was very proud of him. I thought that Buckley looked awesome. I don't know where that was going to go. I can't even count it, guys. There was a knockout, submission, and a referee's decision. And then we had a plan to deal with all 3. Could it go to referee's decision? Sure. What would have they said? Well, 12 more minutes and we would have found out.
Sean Brady reflects on his loss to Belal Muhammad. Brady recently appeared on the Ariel Helwani's show and admitted that he performed well for most of the fight, but things slipped away in the later stages, costing him his undefeated record. Brady said he'd like a rematch, though he's fine if it doesn't happen.
I know in my mind, even looking back at that fight, I was doing really well until I wasn't, until I things weren't going my way and I kind of quit on myself, and that would never happen again. So I know that it's going to be cool building this story up to whenever I do rematch Belal, because I know it will happen, and I respect Belal. Whether he's a champion or he loses and I fight him for a #1 contender, I know we're going to fight again, and I know I'll win that fight.
Does that one gnaw at you? Like, do you feel like that's the one that if you never get back, you'll be old and gray and you'll just kind of like fixate over it?
If you asked me after the fight, it definitely would have, but it took me a long time to really just sit with myself and get over that. And now, if it never happens, I'm completely fine with it. But me as a competitor, I would love to get it back. But if he wins, beats Shavkat, and decides to retire, and we never fight, then he, he's good in my book. But if I get the chance to get it back, I'm definitely gonna get it back in blood for sure.
The MMA community got mad at Alex Pereira after he revealed next move. Recently, Alex tweeted regarding his next fight in the UFC by saying it won't be Ankalaev with a crying emoji, indicating that he will fight someone else instead. But as soon as fans saw this, Alex started receiving significant backlash from the community. One fan said, "Come on, Alex Pereira, you'll lose many fans. We love you, but you can't duck Magomed Ankalaev." Another guy wrote, "Aura fading by the day. Dude's worse than I'm a really huge fan of Pereira, but I really hope that he stops this nonsense. I am 100% sure that he will beat Ankalaev, but Ankalaev definitely deserves his title shot, and it's only fair to give it to him. Following John Jones's blueprint will never go well for anybody. This is Fighter of the Year? More like Coward of the Year. All Brazilian champs duck Russian fighters, yet our Russian lions never ducked anybody. Don't make me dislike you again, Mr. Pereira. If you want to hold the belt, you have to fight everyone. You're super fun to watch, Alex, but to be the champ, you gotta take on all kind of fighters. There's no way Alex Pereira isn't facing Magomed next, right? No one else deserves a title shot in the division. He genuinely fears for his life fighting against Daddy Ankalaev. See how fans responding you lose all respect? It's honestly embarrassing, bro." Magomed Ankalaev himself responded by calling Alex a chicken. And that's all for today's update. Hit that subscribe button and make sure to press notification bell so you get regular updates on what's going on here in MMA world, and most importantly, please take care of yourself.